Good morning, and welcome to our first ever virtual VC speed dating. For those of you who might not know me, I'm Michael Angelier, CEO of TechPoint. TechPoint is a nonprofit, mission-focused on making this tech ecosystem the top among mid-sized cities nationally. We serve and support most all the companies here today and our broader tech community. You can learn more about the work we do at techpoint.org. This is our 6th annual speed dating event where we gather the best venture-ready startups and scale-ups from Indiana and match them up with interested VCs from this region and around the country. Some of you are new to VC speed dating, so welcome. Some of you have been attending this event since the first event we held at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway over 5 years ago. We keep doing it because it works. Last year's event resulted in investments in Cumulex from IU Ventures, SupplyKick from Decathlon, and Vibenomics completed their $6 million Series A raise after getting introduced to BIP Capital. Today we have 28 venture capital firms from 15 different states and 32 investable companies, most based here in Indiana. Nearly 200 meetings between companies and investors will take place today. The run of the show will be similar to past years. After opening remarks, we'll jump straight into speed dating. Speed dating is when companies and VCs get a chance to dive deeper during an 18-minute pre-matched meeting. Usually, all companies and VCs get up in front and do a speed pitch in advance, describing what they do. This year, we instead gave all of you the chance to pre-submit a 1-minute speed pitch video, and all are posted on this landing page below. I hope you've checked them out in advance. Let me give you some quick highlights on the state of tech and startups in Indy. Some background for any of you not that familiar with our tech community. It's built on a bedrock of $7 billion in tech company acquisitions and IPOs over 10 years that seeded our tech ecosystem with angel capital and talent that has joined the next generation of startups. Major corporations like these, and also industry concentrations in B2B SaaS, manufacturing, logistics, ag, insurance, and life sciences or all leave us with assets. A few examples of companies. Salesforce, one of their largest locations globally, is here with over 2,000 employees, and it's the headquarters of their marketing cloud and Salesforce Tower. Infosys made Indianapolis their first North American hub and is adding 3,000 jobs, and also it's the site of their North American training center. You can also expect an even greater increase in startup activity due to recent developments. Hundreds of millions of dollars are being invested into a 50-acre innovation district called 16 Tech, kind of a next-generation research triangle park with offices, labs, startup studios, food concepts, and housing. Our TechPoint team is a tenant in Building 1, which just opened. Just a couple miles away on the other side of downtown, the $300 million BottleWorks district is opening, and the High Alpha Startup Studio is an anchor tenant. That's all in addition to Union 525 and the Fisher's IoT Lab, which are all already in existence throughout the city. Techstars opened 2 new accelerators in the past 2 years, making Indy one of only a few cities globally with 2 accelerators. Critical startup funding is being supplied by Indiana's Elevate Ventures, which is named most active VC in the Great Lakes region. Lastly, Indiana is home to 3 major R&D universities in Purdue, IU, and Notre Dame, each with active tech commercialization arms. Purdue's, in fact, is ranked number 3 nationally in startup creation. Couple all of this with robust talent pipelines, not only from those universities, which have among the best engineering and business schools in the country, but also TechPoint's Extern program, a premier internship program that attracts top talent from universities across the country and has placed 800 with over 100 local companies. Indy is in a sweet spot, with all this momentum and advantage, while still being a mid-sized city that retains quality of life and affordability advantages, which translates to real dollars if you're an investor or a company exec. In fact, a 500-person company costs $24 million more per year to operate in the Bay Area than in Indianapolis, just in rent and wages alone. So my ask to all of you out-of-state investors is tell your friends and your portfolio companies. For the first time, TechPoint is seeking out and supporting companies looking to expand or relocate. If you know someone we should talk to, please reach out. Okay, now we're going to switch gears. In the wake of George Floyd's killing, TechPoint issued a statement and a set of commitments to help advance diversity, equity, and inclusion in our programs and our tech community. Our commitment was to introduce, one of our commitments was to introduce more Black entrepreneurs to venture capital firms, which has been a focus for us in the lead up to today. I'm thrilled that we have some new colleagues in our tech community in positions to further advance startup and venture capital diversity and equity, and I'd like them to join me. Help me welcome Candice Matthews, General Partner at Lightship Capital, and Kelli Jones, Managing Partner at 68 Capital and Program Manager at Allos Ventures. Thanks for being here with us this morning.
Good morning.
First, I'll start with Candice. Candice, you and Lightship recently announced that you're adding an office in Indy. Tell us about Lightship Capital and also why you picked Indy.
Oh, sure. So Candice Matthews Brackeen, I got married about a year and a half ago, so my hyphen doesn't fit on my Zoom link. So Lightship Capital is a Midwest-focused fund. We are on track to raise $50 million, and we support Black, Indigenous, people of color, LGBTQIAP, and those that are disabled. So those just typically overlooked in venture capital. We look at 5 distinct sectors: consumer packaged goods and services, e-commerce, sustainability, AI, and healthcare. And why Indy? Oh my goodness. So I didn't know a whole lot about the Indianapolis tech ecosystem. And then a good friend of mine, Bob Coy, said, hey, Candice, I'd love to take you on a tour of the things that we have going on there, on here. And so it was through that tour with Bob and then spending some other time with the folks at TechPoint and Allos Ventures that we were able to make the decision to open an office in Indy.
Thanks, Candice. Kelli, you've been involved in our tech community for a while. You returned to Indy a few years ago and started up Be Nimble, and now you've partnered with Allos Ventures through 68 Capital. First off, what's the significance of this partnership, and how do you see it impacting the lives of diverse founders here in Indiana?
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's an opportunity for a fund of first of its kind to be here in the state that's really going to focus in on Black, Latinx women and LGBTQ founders. I think it's a great opportunity. The work that we've done with Be Nimble over the last 4 years has sort of led up to this point. And we're really excited to partner with a firm like Allos Ventures that has such an amazing reputation in the ecosystem, very supportive already of a lot of the work that Be Nimble has already done. So now being able to have a fund like this, focused very similarly on the same issues and things that Candice and Brian are focused on is going to be really important. And so we're really excited to even work alongside them to do this work, because I know we've known each other for a while too. So it feels like it's finally time and we're here and we finally get the opportunity to do all the work that we've been trying to do for years.
Very good. Last question for you both. As we endeavor to achieve greater diversity and equity in startups, venture capital, the tech community, what insight or advice do you have that could make a difference? Candice, would you go first?
Yeah, certainly. I think that we need to train more people to be angel investors, to be venture capitalists. I think that that's where we start. If you bring in an intern, that intern may be with you forever. If you bring in a junior associate, they become a senior associate. They become a partner. They become a principal. And one day, they may launch their own fund. So that's on the venture side. On a founder side, running a company, we need to fund more Black, Latinx, LGBTQ founded companies. If we fund those companies, they get to Series A, B, C, and they exit. And what happens when they exit? They become founders or they become serial entrepreneurs. So I believe that those are 2 great steps forward.
Kelli, anything you'd like to add to that?
Absolutely. I think for VCs, it's important to understand that investing in diverse founders is not and should not be considered charity. Does it solve a social impact issue? Yes. Does it solve a human decency issue? Absolutely. Does it translate to higher returns? Yeah. I mean, there's research out there that says that. I think, VCs shouldn't discount the importance of having a diverse team that can understand markets, trends, and other opportunities that may be blind spot to what traditional VCs have seen. And much to what Candice says, that leads to seeing more founders getting invested in, seeing more companies exit, and then seeing that trickle down to the employees, the LPs, the GPs, et cetera. I think for companies, diversity just can't be a checkbox. It's a top-down and a bottom-up approach, meaning that it's more than making a hire. It's how does that hire feel included as part of the decision making? Are we ensuring there's equitable incomes internally and externally, especially as it relates to feedback? Is there a sense of security and safety within the company and with their roles and with the promotion? I don't think you can have diversity without inclusion. I don't think you can have inclusion without equity. And you definitely can't have equity without actual belonging. And as long as all of those things are available and present, I think we can start to see more diverse tech ecosystems as a whole.
Great input. Thank you both. I'm so excited to have you here in our tech community doing the work that you're doing, and we look forward to working with you in the years ahead on this important work. Our time together here is valuable because the relationships formed here can lead to investments and partnerships that can transform our community and the lives of the people in it. I know I feel convicted to do my part to create a top tech ecosystem here and one that works for everyone. Before I pass the mic to Lauren, I want to give you a heads up that we have some special guests that are joining us today as well. We have 31 students from 5 universities that are observing today and interacting with several VC firms so that they can experience firsthand what pitching to VCs is like and how they can best prepare. We expect these guys and gals to be here soon as our next generation of Hoosier entrepreneurs. With that, I'll pass the mic to my colleague, Lauren Peterson, to introduce our sponsors for today.
Thank you, Mike. Good morning, everyone. I'm Lauren Peterson, the Senior Director of Relationship Management at TechPoint. Roger Schumann and I make up the team that is here to work closely with each of our companies in attendance and to assist all of the investors in the room with making valuable connections. We certainly recognize the introductions and brief conversations that take place today can continue on for weeks or months and even years to ultimately lead to investments. And we want you to view us as your team right here on the ground in Indiana to help make that happen. To help keep you informed on an ongoing basis after today's event, you're going to be able to subscribe to TechPoint Index through the survey that will land in your inbox tomorrow. And as many of you already know, we're lucky to have an active and supportive community here in Indianapolis, and we want to recognize the sponsors who helped make this virtual speed dating event possible today. Our presenting sponsors for today's event are the law firm Ice Miller and the accounting, tax, and consulting firm Katz, Sapper, and Miller. Both of these professional services firms are a great partner of TechPoint in the entire Indiana community. Eric Goodman, a partner with the Ice Miller Business Group, is here to tell you a little bit more about them. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning, Lauren, and good morning, everyone. I'm Eric Goodman, a partner in Ice Miller's Business Group and co-head of our venture capital and fund formation vertical. On behalf of all of my colleagues, I would like to thank you for attending today's event that Roger, Mike, Ann, Lauren, and all of the other great TechPoint folks have once again done a great job of organizing despite, the unique circumstances we find ourselves in this year. For those of you who may not know, Ice Miller is a full service law firm with 100+ years of tradition of valued client service. We have been active in private funds and the venture capital industry for almost 40 years. We are based in Indianapolis, but we also have offices in New York, Chicago, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Columbus, and DuPage County, Illinois. Ice Miller is a longtime supporter of Indiana's entrepreneurial community, and we are excited to have this opportunity to sponsor TechPoint and showcasing premier talent both regionally and nationally. To anyone that is joining us from out of town, at least virtually, welcome. We're thrilled that you can be here to experience the VC speed dating. We are also so proud of all of the applicants and winners from the 2020 Mirror Awards, and we're awed by your amazing accomplishments. We are also longtime supporters of TechPoint and really love being a part of events like VC Speed Dating that foster our sense of community and help raise Indiana's profile as a premier venue for creative talent and position the state as an excellent place for tech companies to do business. Thanks again to everyone for participating, and we hope you have a great day and make some meaningful connections.
Thanks so much, Eric. And Tim Duvall, a partner with Katz, Sapper, and Miller, is here to tell you about his firm.
Good morning. My name is Tim Duvall, and I'm a partner at Indianapolis's largest CPA firm, Katz, Sapper, and Miller, better known in the tech community as KSM. Our professionals provide tax, accounting, and consulting services to technology companies in all stages of growth, from fundraising to exits. We help them prepare for issues before they emerge, and we guide them through the complexities that inevitably arise during periods of high growth. We also serve investment firms all over the country at multiple levels, providing due diligence, tax planning, advisory services to the firms themselves and to their portfolio companies. We are honored to sponsor today's VC Speed Dating alongside Ice Miller. Thank you to TechPoint for allowing us to be part of it. Mike and his team have done a fantastic job creating an environment for purposeful connectivity, and we are excited to see what relationships are built today. Although I know many clients and friends are participating in today's meetings, if you're here for the first time, especially as an investor, you are in store for quite an impressive lineup of talent and innovation. I'm confident you will leave here not only with new opportunities, but also with a new appreciation for the products and services grown out of our incredible tech ecosystem. To the companies seeking funding here today, thank you. Your courage and ideas are what we have turned Indianapolis into one of the top tech hubs in the nation. We have built a community that we're all proud to be part of. Best of luck to all parties looking to make a match today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tim. I also want to say a special thank you to our 3 underwriting sponsors for this year's VC Speed Dating event, BKD, Elevate Ventures, and Human Capital Concepts. BKD is one of the largest accounting and advisory firms in the country with a very knowledgeable technology practice. Elevate Ventures invests in and nurtures promising Indiana companies, and they've become one of the most active VCs in the country. HCC is a professional employer organization and human resources outsourcing company. They specialize in providing integrated and customized HR management solutions. Thank you to our 3 underwriting sponsors. Now, we're going to get right into VC speed dating sessions, and there's a little bit of housekeeping you need to know from our very own Senior Relationship Manager, Roger Schumann. Roger, please do us the honors.
Well, I'm so glad that you're here with us today. Thank you so much to our sponsors and everyone who have been a part of this. I want to share some quick housekeeping notes before we get started. Our VC firms will all report to their respective Zoom rooms for the remainder of the day. Companies will join VC firms according to their respective schedule. We'll post a schedule for each round on this screen. Speed dating rounds are 18 minutes long with 2 minutes between each round. It's a fast day. We'll provide a 2-minute warning prior to the end of each round. Please double check your time slot and use care when joining a meeting to ensure you don't inadvertently join another meeting in progress or at the wrong time. Now, if you accidentally join the wrong meeting, please excuse yourself and refer to the master schedule. Please do not join your meeting until 1 minute before your start time. To join a VC firm, click on the caret next to their logo and select the Join Meeting link. VC firm logos appear on the event landing page in alphabetical order. These Zoom links have been set up so you are able to easily enter a meeting without a password. If, however, a password is requested, please enter TechPoint, all lowercase. When your scheduled meetings are complete, you're free to go. We appreciate your participation. Now, if you have questions throughout the event, please click on the question mark on this landing page. I will be on standby with TechPoint and Marky's teams to provide live tech support and to answer your questions. We are in a virtual meeting, and we want to thank you in advance for your patience. Let's get started. VC companies, please report to your respective rooms. Companies, we will post our first round schedule in a moment. We have 20 minutes before we begin, so take a break and let's get ready to begin.